Yes, what's up? What's up, wonderful family? Welcome to the Express Show live right here on Pomzi Africa. We do hope that you all doing fantastic and you all enjoy your evening or rather your afternoon. Is it late after evening? It's actually in the evening, but nonetheless, welcome to the show. We are starting it off this particular podcast with a jam known as All My Life. If you have listened to that particular one, then you're missing out on a lot. And if you're a big J. Cole fan or a big Lil Durk fan or even a big Burna Boy fan, then I start one serves you just right. Thanks so much for being with us on the broadcast. As always, we urge you to check us out on the official Twitter or X for people who are used to calling it Twitter, like myself. Even when it has rebranded to X, then that's a big problem. But anyhow, you can find us on X. Just look for Pomzi Africa right there. You can also find us on Instagram, Pomzi Africa. And in case you are also looking on the tickler here, you'll see that the handle that you have dropped you, which is Kaklan World Clothing. Make sure that you also follow that particular on Instagram and make sure that you are also liking the post right there because there will be new material being posted and you can always interact with that particular kind of a material on there. And we shall hope that with that you will be able to understand or see what is happening with the movement because every other time we are on the Express Show, like we are a big movement and we are all about putting you on what is new, putting you on the latest in terms of entertainment, putting you on the know in terms of what is happening with fashion, also on the know on what is happening with the things such as entertainment news. And talking about entertainment news and updates, today's show is looking good because we do have some news for a new music project that has been dropped recently. And I'm talking about the one and only the LW. In case you were wondering where Brida has been, he has been cooking and he has been making his project, all his latest album that dropped yesterday. And if you have been following Brida, or in case you're a big fan of Brida, you realize that he is a very, very consistent kind of a guy. When it comes to music, he is someone whose body of work talks on his behalf. You know, he doesn't have to keep on telling you this and that. His music does the talking, and of course, he did drop his latest project, and also it has been receiving talking about this short break. Yeah, yes, welcome back to the broadcast. I do hope that you are doing well. Like I did tell you, I was saying that in terms of a new music, Big Baba has a new project out, and I'm talking about the one and only Breeder LW, and of the project is known as Mida Start. In case you haven't checked that out, you're doing the same that you are up to date what's going on with that. Mida Start is actually big, and it has about 20 tracks, you know, many collaborations. One on there includes Bobby Mapesa. As I might be wondering, Mapesa disappear often, and he did a song known as Naskia Utamu from back in the day, and he has a new. He is featured on this particular project, known Mida Start, and Mida Start is really top notch. If you do get to ask me, it also features collaborations with Kushman on a song known as Wambo, and it also features a collaboration with Brooklyn Boys on a song known as Mungu is another collaboration with Trio Mio, Mandy Kabaya, and Jokash on the song as Violence. So in case you haven't checked out Breeder, that you're doing so, and you will be finding him really just having you the best on that particular one. You can know if you listen to it, please let me know how can you rank that particular project. You know, how can you rank that particular project by Breeder? I'll actually just serve you one of the exams with Mandy Kabaya, and perhaps you can let me know how you feel about this particular one by known as Lens. Uh, and let me know how you feel about this particular one. Uh, uh, just give it a jam. Let me know how you feel about particular. Yes, that's a little bit of the vibe right there by the one and only LW. You haven't caught the flow by Mandy. It's also jamming right there. And I think Mandy is one of the most rated artists right in the 254. If you think about her and also her creativity and also how she puts together her craft, I think she can also be labeled as one of the best in the country. Also, alongside people I believe we do have who are some of the best FMCs right in the 254. I think we did have an Azizi who used to rap very, very awesomely. We also do have people like Fenagito raps, not quite, but we also do have the likes of I'm trying to find these FMCs. Femi One, the likes of Femi One. I think Femi One and Mandy. If you were to also look at how good they are at the after, we can also compare the two of them. Put out a poll right there between Mandy and Femi One. Who is doper? Maybe perhaps you can let me know on social media on our Twitter between Mandy and Mandy Kabaya and Femi One, who is actually doper between the two in terms of writing their music and also in terms of how they present their craft. I would just love to know from your perspective or from your opinion, who is tighter or who is doper in terms of kuandika mistari, kuwakilisha kwa microphone, pia in terms of how in terms of their collaborations with other artists as well. You can let me know who is doper between Mandy and Femi One. You know, Femi One represent Kasarani. Who is doper between her and Mandy and Femi One. Let me know what you think. These are two Kenyan FMCs who are representing, and they vary in the level of popularity. We know that maybe perhaps one of them is more popular than the other, but nonetheless, I would love to know what is your opinion in terms of who is doper, who is doper between Mandy and Femi One. Anyhow, moving along swiftly, we want to go into more matters, and we are talking about the latest project by Sauti Sol's Bien. Bien did drop his solo project. It's known as the Alusa. Why are you topless? And about this particular title for the project, I was just wondering, what is it about Alusa being topless? I didn't have an idea what it could be meaning, but I did get to check out some of those particular songs on the project, and I would tell you, if you haven't listened to Alusa, why are you topless, then you are missing out on a big, big deal, because there is one of the collaborations on there by Bien and Scam Cardinali, and the name of the jam is known as Lifestyle, and it's one of the songs that you can jam to, so many times in a day. You can add your playlist, you can add this particular song on your playlist, and I will be giving you a little bit of a taste by Bien and Scam Cardinali on this particular jam. It's known as a Lifestyle. Let me know how you feel about it, and how can you rate it, or how can you rank it? Maybe perhaps out of 10, or maybe perhaps out of 10. How can you rank this particular jam known as a Lifestyle by Scam Cardinali and Bien on the project known as Alusa? Why are you topless? Maybe after you listen, you might understand why Alusa might be topless. Yes, that is on and on. Scam Cardinal Yonazama featured by Sauti Sol's BN. And I would say that particular song is a song that you can jam to, even on your playlist. Maybe perhaps when you're getting around your business and you're in your car driving, or you're just commuting from one place to another place, you would enjoy that particular jam. And you feel out of 10, how can you rate this particular jam? You can hit us up on social media on Twitter and let us know how that particular one, how you are feeling that particular song. But moving on a little bit further forward, we want to talk about the whole issue of what is happening now with Kenyan politics and also the Kenyan parliament, because I understand that Kenya's parliament has banned kaunda suits and traditional clothes, and Kenya's parliament has banned the wearing of a suit named late Zambian President Kenneth Kaunda, who, of course, was very popular with the suit. And the Speaker of Parliament, Moses Wetangula, said that the Kaunda suits, as well as traditional African clothes, were not welcome in Parliament. And is actually a report on the bill. I would say for Kenya pressing issues and wondering, just focusing on things such as the counter suits. And the president, William Ruto, offers wears them on occasions, and this has made the counter suit very popular with the political class. And I have seen, Kenya, when it comes to of course, it cannot be the attires to or allude that the attires express or demonstrate a political. Sometimes I do see people trying to wear the same and matching with it, and I'm wondering to myself, is it loyalty to a level where you want to president, or is it you're trying to get the attention of the president and get favors with him? Because I have seen in a country where the president is also focused on what people wear. That was the DRC Congo. And Mobutu Seseko, the president, had actually introduced national outfit, and that did not work very well with everyone, and neither did it change anything. Even in China, we have had a situation where in China and even in North Korea, people being given some codes or guidelines for to wear. But I think Kenya has bigger problems than getting to ban a counter suit. Of course, anyone can wear a counter suit outside there, but in Parliament, I understand that it has been banned. And the banning of this particular suit has elicited mixed reactions on social media, with some wondering why the African attire will be banned by an African Parliament, while others supported it, because this is an African Parliament, and this is a design, an African design, if I might call it so. It was very popular. Kenneth Kaunda, I believe he passed on last year, if I'm not mistaken, and that is when these former president passed on. But the thing is, when you look at the priorities of our leaders, I think we have misplaced our priorities. We should be looking at how to lower the cost of living, or even how to address this flooding that is happening in different parts of the country, Marsabit, Wajir, Mandera, even in the coast. There are many places that are experiencing floods. So if you tell me that you're focused on how to ban counter suits, then Parliament, I think, has failed in that particular regard. And I do believe that there is a problem with that. Anyhow, this is not a political. This is a show where we get to know what is happening, what is popping, and get to on what is going on with this. But moving on swiftly, we want to talk about the issue of the whole social influencer. Her name is Azeda, came out recently talking about how she has been hit hard by depression and stress. And she even had suicidal thoughts. She said if you're experiencing the depression or suicidal thoughts, professional counselor or mental all the love to you. And this is what she had to say in regards to the same. Let me know how you feel about the issue of mental of stress and depression. This is what she had to say. I think apart from this whole matter of social media bullying, we also know that not just 3 years ago, but even recently, there was the issue of the rumor, the relationship between Ziad and the sports CS Ababu Namamba. Of course, there was no proof on that. That was just an alleged that there was something going on, and people took to Twitter and other social media platforms to sort of bully has been on the end of these social media attention and also bullying. But anyhow, I would say if you focus on social media and take social media too seriously, then you might end up just wasting your whole life and also not living to your fullest potential because you are looking on what people say or think, what people are actually reposting, what people are actually saying, and these will actually drain time. But nonetheless, let me know how you feel about this whole issue of social media bullying and maybe perhaps how can people how can really just conquer or how can people minimize or eradicate this particular vice of bullying? I would really love to know from you and maybe perhaps get your feedback on it. This has been the Express Show with the great vibes sheets. And hope you enjoy the rest of your day. We get back to music and hope to catch you next time.